I tweeted over the weekend, if Derrick Rose hits his free throws, there's no way Bill Self's getting a lifetime contract at KU. Oh, well, you would have thought I just said the most offensive thing ever. And look, I worked in Kansas City. We were the flagship home of Kansas football and basketball. So I've been to the Phog. Some of my best friends in the world, really, one of my best friends who was in my wedding party is a Kansas grad. Okay, so I know KU, love the campus, love Phog Allen Fieldhouse. Some of my best friends in the world are KU grads. I got nothing against Kansas. But here's the fact. The 2008 national championship game happens. Memphis leads late, coached by Coach Cal. Derrick Rose is at the free throw line with 20-some-odd seconds left, and he's got 2 free throws to make it a 4-point lead. Maybe even less than time is left in that. Derrick Rose makes 1 of 2. It's a 3-point lead. And with just seconds to play, Mario Chalmers hits one of the greatest shots ever to tie it up and to send it to overtime, where Kansas wins in overtime. If Derrick Rose hits both free throws, it's a 4-point lead and Kansas has 1 shot left. You tell me what's going to happen. And my point is, Memphis wins that national championship. And that would mean that Bill Self wouldn't have a national championship. And that would mean that Bill Self would have been at Kansas, one of the best college basketball programs in America, for nearly 20 years without a title. And you tell me, do you think Kansas fans and Kansas alumni and the donors that help fill the coffers there would be cool with a guy that hadn't won a national championship in nearly 20 years having a lifetime contract? You tell me that. I mean, it's sheer math. I know the expectations at Kansas. Roy getting the Final Fours and not winning was seen as, hey, you know what? Maybe it was time for Roy to move on. Bill Self, from 2003 when he took over to 2008 when he finally won, had suffered a brutal series of opening round exits to the Bradleys of the world. How do you think that was met? Maybe Bill Self can't get it done. Maybe Bill Self's not the guy for us. And Self has had an amazing run of Big 12 championships. And Bill Self is obviously a very good coach. They've won a lot there. But Kansas, despite going to multiple Final Fours under him, have also had some egregiously ugly early exits. And I can tell you this as a fact. You don't go to Kansas to win Big 12 titles. And nobody at Kansas cares about Big 12 titles. They only care about hanging that banner, the national championship banner. And Bill Self has 1 of those. And that 1 was the difference of a missed free throw. So to me, it's a pretty obvious wow type of butterfly effect. If Derrick Rose hits a free throw, and, he was an NBA MVP. If he hits a free throw, Memphis wins a championship, probably vacated, but still wins a championship, and Bill Self in 18 years at the helm has 0 titles. Compare that to Roy going to UNC and having 3 in that time. Do you think that Kansas would hand out a lifetime contract, to a coach that had 0 national titles at Kansas? I'm going to stand here and wait for your answer. The answer is obviously no. Obviously, no fan in Lawrence, no fan in Kansas City, no fan in Topeka, no fan anywhere in the state of Kansas is going to be like, yeah, you know what we should do for the guy that's been here 20 years and hasn't been able to close? We should give him a lifetime deal. No chance. Now, he's still probably the head coach, but he's not getting a lifetime deal, okay? Calipari's at Kentucky. He won a championship 8 years ago. He nearly went undefeated 3 years after that. And they're already trying to run him out of town. The guy won a title in the last decade. Nearly went undefeated to do it again. They're trying to run him out of town. You're going to tell me at Kansas he could go 18 years without winning a national championship and suddenly everybody's just going to be great with Big 12 titles? I mean, stop lying. Stop lying to yourself. There's no way with a straight face that administration could sell to their fan base, we've got a lifetime deal with Bill Self. As long as he wants to be here, he can be here if he does not have that banner up top. And that banner comes directly from a missed free throw. Now, Mario Chalmers has to hit the three. They have to play well in overtime. I'm not taking that away from them. But none of that happens on one free throw. So KU fans all up in their feelings about this tweet, which, by the way, is just strictly fact. A plus B. Derrick Rose hits a free throw. Memphis wins a championship. Bill Self doesn't have a title for 18 years. He doesn't get a lifetime deal. But forget it. You would have thought I took the Baby J and just threw him into the side of the highway. Cue the music. Some tweets from happy Kansas fans over the weekend. Kyle reminds me of what my papa used to say. If what ifs and buts were candy and nuts, oh, what a party we'd have. You want to pretend one moment in time replaces 18 years of success? Are you really a journalist that gets paid? Is it by word? Because this is an awful take. Kyle, I do not get paid by the word. I wish I did. I'd talk even more. Jordan tweets, the guy set a D1 record with 14 straight conference titles in a major conference. KU has been the most consistent program in college basketball since Self arrived. If the chips fell their way, he would have 4 titles by now. Judging a coach strictly by the hardest title to win is so inaccurate. Okay. He doesn't have 4 titles. And no Kansas fan's going to be okay with almost 4 titles. He added a GIF that said, "That was awful." Connor tweets, the if argument is the single dumbest argument ever. Guess what? He missed the free throws. It's called sports. That's what happens. How many championships would Coach K have if Leitner missed a free throw or if Hayward had made that half-court shot? Yeah, sorry, Gordon Hayward making a half-court shot is not the same as an NBA MVP making a free throw. Also, Butler was a 10 seed. Alexandra, who I think is some type of influencer because she's verified with 50,000 followers, says, LOL, this is so dumb, I can't. She also has in her profile, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. A nice older woman named Carol tweets, you're not too bright, are you? Aw, Carol. Ryan tweets, KU has the most tournament wins in the 2000s, most conference titles, longest streak in top 25. KU has been great, just needed more titles. Well, yeah, the titles thing, that whole thing, they have been great, but he's not getting a lifetime deal without the championships. Tyler tweets, what if you had Twitter taken away to prevent your horrible takes? I'd still have this radio show. Joel writes, such a terrible take, LOL. JG, if I had the right 7 numbers, I would have won Powerball and been a multimillionaire. Yeah, but you'd have to have 7 numbers, not 1 free throw. Courtside with Bellinson Tennis tweets, I mean, why not take your foolish logic all the way back to the very beginning and state if Bill's parents didn't procreate, Bill would not be getting a lifetime contract from Kansas. So you think it's comparable to go back to his conception as Derrick Rose's free throw. Now, David Dorsey is a college basketball writer for the Fort Myers News Press, where I started my career, so David and I know each other a little bit. Damon, you're also forgetting about the part where Bill Self beat John Wooden's record for consecutive conference championships. Those had nothing to do with Derrick Rose's free throws. I agree. He's a very good coach and has been an elite Big 12 coach. But they don't hand out lifetime deals in Lawrence, Kansas for Big 12 championships. They just don't. Bill Self can win the Big 12 championship every single year. If he didn't have a banner hanging, he doesn't get a lifetime deal. It's just the truth. I can't stress this anymore. Kirk tweets a gift that says, "This is the stupidest bleeping thing I'll read all day." Well. Ben tweets, "If I would have invested in Facebook before I knew anything about everything, I'd be bleeping rich. The world ain't built on shoulda, woulda, couldas." Guys, it's a free throw. It's not you seeing the future. It's hitting a free throw. A guy by the name of Jayhawk for Life 35. Oh, look, it's an ifs and buts guy. It's one free throw. KB tweets, "If your aunt had balls, she would be your uncle." I know. It's a free throw. Zach tweets, "Please go away." Mad Mike tweets, "One of the drawbacks of the internet, it gives morons and hacks like DA a voice." Nobody tell Mad Mike that this show is heard in hundreds of affiliates nationwide. The internet, I could actually have takes without the internet, Mike. Maybe Mad Mike can't, but there's a radio show that goes with that Twitter profile. Scott tweets, "What a horrible take. KU has had its share of bad breaks and then some. The world is filled with these analysts, and they typically make idiotic statements and then disappear. Blue check marks come cheap these days." Yeah, they're free. You just have to be like a legitimate person. Andrew, "These people get credit for knowing sports. It's a joke. You don't have a clue. CBS should remove all your content and apologize for how irrelevant you sound." I don't think that's the proper use of irrelevant there. CBS should remove all of my content. And a guy by the name of Puss's Jazz Hands finished this up with, "That's a really dumb take from an equally dumb-looking person." Note that this is coming from a guy named Puss's Jazz Hands, who's doing jazz hands in some type of school musical in his avatar. So we'll leave off on that note. I used to be good at provoking Kansas fans when I worked in Kansas City, but this was even better. This was really good.